staying true to our mugshot, we went and we grabbed ourselves a mugshot. This one is in the Georgetown,
Uh-huh.
downtown Georgetown, and so I grabbed this one right here. It was from a place called
Prima Dora.
Prima Dora, and it's cool because we went looking for coffee mugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was our deal. And then this so I said, we're gonna have to get a coffee mug for Mugshot Monday. And then I said, you know what we should do? We should go find a farmer's market. And so we found one, a smaller one that was in the shopping center, but then we just so happened to stumble across the one that was in downtown Georgetown, which was pretty cool. And so we came across some cool stuff there. Um, and so we came across something that's important to my wife, right? So you could talk about the whichever one, but let them know what we
So
stumbled.
this is my Mugshot Monday cup that I found in Georgetown, and we just happened to stumble upon the Daytripper World Headquarters, is what it's called.
Mhm.
We parked like a street over from the main downtown because they had some closures and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna park over here. That way, we're not in. Whenever we're trying to leave, I didn't want to deal with any like traffic, but. So we parked and we went up this street. It was 8th Street downtown, and I saw the Daytripper, their decal on the window, and
Mhm.
I was like, "What is this? I want to go in there." And sure enough, it was their headquarters. So we go in there, and the lady behind the counter, she explains to us that that's where their offices are, their production studio is, their
Mhm.
podcast studio. They change all their costumes and everything. I mean, it's there, right there, smack
Mhm.
in the middle of Georgetown, which I didn't know. I think I might have heard it whenever watching the show
Yeah.
Georgetown, but I just didn't even think about it. But the Daytripper, if for y'all that don't know, it's a show that from Chet Garner. He's got his crew. They travel to various cities in Texas, and they talk about their food, what's the best food, what are they known for, their
Mhm.
history, and places to see. And I'm always interested in that, just learning about the history of cities, but also just like where to go. And so I've been watching that show since about 2012. Every Saturday morning, PBS, when we had cable, it comes out at 10 in the morning. I would wake up before 10 and start getting breakfast ready so that we can sit down and watch the Daytripper while eating breakfast. But
Mhm.
uh, now we don't have cable. We everything's streaming, but I haven't kept up with all the shows, the latest shows. But this was a real treat for me because the lady, I guess she might have seen how my smile, my face lit up. I was
How excited you
I
were.
was starstruck without even the star being there. And she opened one of the doors from behind the counter. She's like, well, this is where our offices are, and that's where I sit. And on the other side, Chet Garner, which he's the host, sits on the other side. There's Emmys on the shelf on one
They
side.
won like 15 of them, right?
Yeah,
15.
about eight or something like that. They were nominated for eight, and they've won about eight. They've
Mm.
been on the air for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
So I saw the Emmys. I was like, wow, that's incredible. I was just so like, it was just the coolest thing ever. And so then she goes, we can't let you go back there, but you can just see. And I was all looking, and then on the counter they actually had an Emmy, and she goes, there's one right there, and I was like, oh, and I started to reach for it, and I said, is it okay if I touch it? Oh yeah, go ahead, touch it and
Hmm.
hold it and take a picture if you want.
Yeah, she took a
and
picture of
uh
us. Yeah.
and I was like, oh yeah. So she told, she took a picture of us with their logo in the back, and me holding the Emmy. I was just like, it was the most coolest
Smiling
thing
ear to ear.
ever for me. And we got a couple of shirts.
Yeah. This
But
is one of his taglines right
that's
here,
one of
right?
his outros whenever he wraps up a show, he says "Vaya con Dios, amigos,"
Yeah, and he says it just like that.
like that. And then this one is just keep on
Keep on
keep on
tripping.
tripping.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool because something that we shared on Saturdays, and I'm sure I haven't had a conversation with anybody who knew about the show.
Mm-hmm.
None of our family or friends or anything like that. But those are the kind of things that we get into. Because like when they came here to Abilene, they went to like Perini's.
They went to Perini's. They went to Vlita's. It's a candy shop, chocolate shop here downtown, and uh, there was another restaurant that's not here anymore. It's not open anymore because they came here about 10 years ago.
10
So
years ago. Yeah.
it was the newest restaurant downtown
Yeah.
that had opened. But it was so cool just watching Abilene on the big screen, not the big screen, on TV. They've done Del
On
Rio
PBS.
on PBS. Yeah, they've done Del Rio. I've seen the Del Rio episode. Arlington. They've done
Yeah.
Austin. All the different sections because Austin's not just Austin. It's like the South Side, North Side, and all the
Yeah.
different sides.
Yeah.
And
Well, they started in Austin, right?
they start, yeah, because they're from Georgetown, and so they started doing episodes just in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just the coolest thing ever. And it was a cool surprise because we weren't going there for that, so it was unexpected.
Yeah, we just wanted to find
A
like
mug.
a mug, but a farmer's market because I was looking for some fruit. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to find some fruit, and so stay classy.